Greetings and welcome back to Sengoku Dynasty. It's been a while since I've done another episode here in Sosogi, but I wanted to get back into it and not let this kind of fade away. So let's continue where we left off. Our hero was just finishing up building in the village and expanding what we had here. We've already gotten the wood, well, we have the wood storage, we have the wood cutter's hut. We already have the special project, so when we go into quests, we're supposed to build up the bridge leading out of Sosogi. Right now, we'll look at we've already had our points spent, and in our village, we have some needs to take care of, right? We need more meals. We're going to click here to be the happy face. That means if we're going to do this right, we have to have 216 for food. We only need to handle food, and we have people unemployed at this time, and we can give them jobs. Let's see here. We are going to need... Okay, so I'm building the bridge. I will say that Sayori would be helping out with this in the sense that she will be gathering all the resources to make this possible. Now, right now I'm going to click on empty slot and it's going to say I want to get logs. I do. I don't have any axes. We don't have a general storage, and that's the solution. That's the problem that we're about to solve. Sorry about the fast swing. So here we have kind of our mainstay of the town. There's the woodworking station, the wood storage. This is... Now hold on a second. I already did build the general storage now, don't I? That being the case, we just don't have axes in here. Alright, it's time to get axes. We can make stone axes and they're okay. We don't know the locations of the villages. They haven't given us that highlight. And essentially for the part of this, the first part of the game, they're trying to get you started of just focus on the local, get things done in your area, and then go from there. And that's fine. That's a good way to start, since later on I have a lot of questing to do anyhow, and we could definitely go wander off and find these villages. I already know where they are. They're not short distances away. And we could start recruiting people. We'll kind of stay true to the base game and go only a pinch at a time, just a little bit at a time. So what's going to happen today is finishing up our major building projects. We won't be getting the great vast amounts of resources that we could be hoping for, in the sense that if I had iron axes, I would definitely be having better harvesting than I would if I have my smaller axes. But we'll keep it simple. We'll harvest some gobo, get ourselves ready food-wise. We do already have the food and water storage, of course, so we're ready in that sense. But we are not ready for the work that has to be done by our villagers during season change. And again, unlike games like Medieval Dynasty, which I'm playing on the Oxbow area right now in my other playthrough, the people don't just gather up the resources casually over time. It's not like they just go do the job right now as time is passing. They do the work during the season change. So what they're going to output is going to be based upon what you have available for them to do on the season change. Let's gather up a bunch of sticks. Right now we're just maxing out our resources. We're going to make a bunch of axes. And from here, this day is really going to not be huge for questing, since we've done everything we can up until this point. And if we're staying true to the early part and kind of simulating that idea about what would it be like as we just arrived, we would want to stay local and make sure we've ensured that our people here in this area are secure, safe, and that we haven't drawn a lot of attention. We've already done a great job of drawing attention to ourselves. Hey, what's this? Strange. I must have made an axe and dropped it at some point. Interesting. I'll take it. Alrighty. Get all these rocks, and now the goal here, and again, I keep, in the back of my mind, I keep thinking, ooh, I better watch how many rocks I'm carrying. I'm going to be overloaded. Keep forgetting that that's not implemented yet. With that, we are going to craft more. You press F to craft more. I don't need more than 4 axes. I'll make 5 because I'll end up breaking one of these anyhow. You need an axe per job slot. So when I say that, I'll show you what I mean. Let's get into here, and we'll transfer, what do we need? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I have extra axes. Fantastic. Then we're going to go into just signing our jobs. So let's go N, and we'll go population. I prefer going this route to get the jobs. It's just works easier to me. It's more organized this way. I want to manage a job, not change it, so I need to assign an axe to that job, and I'm going to click max it out. That's only 8 logs for conifer. Now, in this area there are premium conifers, and I can assign that stone axe to that, and then we'll get some of these. I'll just do that just so we can see what it is. I'm not going to bother using deciduous logs, so we're just going to go max out on conifer. I don't want to assign her to get the bamboo because I don't find that they do it quick enough. And what I mean by that is you're going to tell me that they're going to get bamboo, and if I max it out, that's 6 bamboo. I mean, I would rather not have to chop down the trees to get the 8 logs, but when it comes to bamboo, I don't care if I've got to chop down the trees for that. Like, I'll do it. Next thing we're going to do is I've got her assigned, we need Akko assigned to something. I think right now what we're going to do is we're going to build that hunter's cabin. I want that. So I'm right-clicking with my hammer out. I go village structures. Oh, I'm sorry. I go buildings. That's the thing I have to keep getting used to. It's a production building, and it's the hunter's hut, and it looks awesome. One of my favorite buildings in this. And I'm going to put it right here in the edge of town, or as the walk into town. There. Ooh, do I not like that? Well, guess what? If I don't like its placement, I just move it later, and I am so happy with that. I honestly just love that. We aren't going to have enough logs at this time, that's for sure. We have plenty of sticks, so it is going to be time for resource gathering. As I do the resource gathering, I think I'll take you up into a shrine in the distant area. I need a yellow chrysanthemum, but I'm pretty sure that those are actually up by the facility, or up by the actual shrine. The quests that we've started... Ooh, I should have checked my inventory. How am I doing for carrying stuff? I'm not going to carry the mushrooms around. They aren't necessary for me. There is a shrine way up over this hill that goes into kind of behind this wooded area. We'll just gather some trees as we go through that. Food-wise, yeah, I'm getting lower on the food bar, which means that our stamina regeneration is going to be hampered. It's going to be a little slower than it could be. And we do kind of need sticks right now, so we'll go with that. Every once in a while you get an axe strike that gets 2 in a row. Awesome. Great. Saves a little time. We'll go and do this. And again, we're not constrained by carry capacity, so yet. Yet. In the future, I'm guessing they will. There's just no way they won't. They don't want to make it so your character can run around and just grab everything. Let's get up here. And sure, let's go to the shrine for now. Just as a fun thing, just as an aside. We don't have to just be gathering resources this entire time. There can also be some fun being set aside. We'll go this way. We will need a chrysanthemum to put at this offering. And there's a little station here. There we go. And what is this all about? Do we have things we can have? Oh dear. Take that. Oh, take ease. Take, I keep forgetting the key changes between things. We'll borrow that. We'll say that it was left and that we wouldn't want it to go to waste. We can't see the person who is using it anymore, and we're certainly not going to let it go and rot. Alrighty, and then here we are at a shrine. And then, again, we get another beautiful cutscene, which I love. Again, the artistic style. It's awesome. I love the fact that we get these cutscenes periodically. Adds a little more life to it. Yeah, it's going to be a one-time thing, and it's kind of... It's a one and done. You get to see it one time, and then it's not there again, but I'm hoping that they incorporate that in at multiple times within this. There we go. And now we have another blessing. And if we go into... I think it's legend, and it's under monk. So it gets us sprinting speed. So they're both sprinting speed things. So it's not, that's it. It's just sprinting speed. That's what we're getting out of the deal. I like this area, and we'll probably not steal too many trees from it since it's sacred. It wouldn't seem right to do that. But we can go back down here, and we can start taking trees from here. Having our sprinting speed higher is fine, I suppose. And we do now to have a bunch of food. I mean, that's kind of convenient. I mean, this person leaving the cart and fleeing for whatever reason, or perhaps just thinking they would start up something, but then noticing that Sosogi was burned and there wasn't much of a future in what they could have done there, so they left it all. Or perhaps they got ambushed. That could be possible too. And let's get that going. We can definitely get one more tree in this one. Alright, so then we'll finish this up here. I'll gather this up. And then we will get all of these sticks organized. And we'll bring this all back to the village. And go from there. And then we'll build up. So let's head over this way. And we'll build up some stuff. Let's finish up that hunter's lodge. And then move it because I'm not satisfied where it is at the start here. Oh, the health. We need to get our health or our food bar up a little bit. So I think rice, as far as food-wise is concerned, meat goes a long way. And it's easy to gather meat. And part of what we're about to do here is to get to that point. There we go. Now we're getting our logs placed into this spot. We'll get that set and done. Oops. There we are. That's a lot of logs together just to get the base of this thing down, right? 16 planks is easily solved using this station. We don't need to do the debarked logs. Crafting more, we're going to get 6 per, so that'd be not enough. Let's go for a whole bunch. And we're going to need more for the roof. The reason I say not enough, we're going to end up building this and then we still have a roof to think about. This will give us enough, I believe, to finish the base, and then we'll start working on the walls, and finally we'll be able to finish up the roof. Hunter's cabin is important because it'll allow us to craft a bow. And there's where our next major spot is going to be, and where our next major thing to consider is. Since, if I want to start hunting and gathering meat, I'm going to need a bow. We also could be thinking about jobs for our people upon the season change, and one of the things that's a really handy job could be to have them gathering up more meat and more hides from our creatures in the area. Now we still need more planks, of course. It's going to be a universal thing. We're always going to need lots and lots of planks. Alright, let's gather. Let's see here. I don't think I'm going to have enough to do that. This area is going to eventually be expanded into, but I haven't planned it out yet. So I don't really want to steal trees from a spot where I haven't really planned things out. So back and forth we go. Actually, why don't we do a thing real quick? I talked about how we need to have food in our food storage. Let's take care of that now. We'll go here. We'll put the fish in here. Put the meat in here. Put the rice in here. We can put the gobo root in here too. Now, let's check. Where are we at for our food needs? We're at 212, but we need 216. That's going to require us to do a little hunting. I want to have that bow ready. That's what we're going to do now. We aren't going to have enough feathers by the look of it. I'm going to hope to see a nest as I travel into here. We can also solve this problem by just gathering up the wineberry. That's an option. We can also solve this problem by just using gobo and cooking up gobo. So we'll have a few alternative solutions going on here. But I do think that the best route at this time is get that bow as quick as possible. Keep in mind too, we are really done as far as the season is concerned. As far as tasks that we need to complete at this early part in the game, we are essentially done. We have the bridge being constructed. That is the next part of our main quest line. Next season there's going to be so much more to do. Since once the bridge is up, we start getting introduced to the rest of the game mechanics and the villages in the area. I'm going to harvest the nest, but I want to do that just because I want to get the massive amounts of feathers, which didn't turn out to be as many as I was hoping for initially. So we'll just deal with that. There we go, and we have another axe. Another reason why it's nice to just have a lot of axes on hand, stones on hand, sticks on hand. In order to finish this building, we will still need a large collection of logs, we'll still need a large collection of planks, we'll still need a large collection of sticks. We do have a lot of running back and forth going on right now, and that's a lot of the early game, is running back and forth. We could get sticks by chopping apart those stumps. I found that comical in another recording, but I think that recording is gone. Well, actually, it's probably the original version of this playthrough, which I am so going to delete one of these days, because it's not great. But I won't just yet, because people have watched it and they've put likes on it, and I appreciate their kindness, and I just feel bad getting rid of it, since people have actually said, sure, they didn't put comments on it, i.e. But it's an early recording and it's not great. The audio's bad. It's just not great. It's just not great. Anyhow, what I said was trying to remove a stump with a stone axe. I get a kick out of game mechanics in that sense. I have definitely done stump grinding before, and it's a large machine and it does the job pretty fast. Considering it's, not exactly the fastest thing in the world. There's a lot of hurry up and wait. But to think that I would have tried doing that with a stone axe, no. Just no. That's not possible. There's no way. It would take me days, and it would be so painful. Absolutely painful. Alright, we still have more gobo we can gather here before we move on. You can assign a worker to making food across the seasonal change. I won't do that because I don't find it valuable. They don't produce food as fast as you can, and it does not take you as the main character long to just make the food in a cooking hearth. What a silly person I am. I forgot to make the planks first. Let's make those planks. Well, I do think we're going to need a lot in our building yet, so let's do that. As far as basic buildings are concerned, having the Hunter's Lodge is good to do. I'm gathering these up, by the way, so you see that I'm gathering these wineberries right now. The reason for it is that I'm going to end up moving this building back, and it's going to end up taking those out. Oh no, another hammer down. Luckily we have lots of logs and tons of sticks. Another reason why it's rather convenient that our inventory doesn't weigh us down just yet. I do love the watchtower built into this. It's interesting. I like the appearance of it. Obviously, nobody's actually hunting from on top of here and shooting things from up here, but it does give us kind of like a... This could be the start of our village defense system. So like this, there could be a person on a tower, they're armed with a bow, overlooking the area and making sure that we're safe. We may build some houses before the end of the season just because we're going to get a lot of we're going to recruit a lot of people in the future. I don't know how far I want to go with that though, in the sense that the houses that we can currently build aren't great at all. They're actually quite bad. Alright, look at that. We're going to have our station now. Perfect. Let's craft arrows. How many can we make? That's not bad. Now is it 1-to-1 though? I think in the early... Yeah, it's just 1-to-1. 9 arrows. That's what we need to do to start. The next thing we're going to make is our bow. What do I need? I need bamboo and straw, and I can't unlock the half bow yet. That's fine. We need straw and bamboo. Well, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Straw and bamboo. So first off, let's go over here. Wineberry. We'll add some more grass to that. We'll take our straw back out. And then we have to see if we actually have bamboo on hand. I do have enough bamboo to make it just good enough. Put some of these logs in here so we have them. One of the things that I do want to make note of for the seasonal change is that you're going to notice that you can't actually... If you can't expand the stack limit. So this is only so much storage. If my people produce more logs than I can store, it deletes the things that were up here. That's a problem. I don't want to lose a bunch of things just because I had somebody harvesting resources. That's not what I want to see happen. So we're going to have to make use of that. Oops, that's telling me I can change. I want to move building. Oh, and one of the problems you're going to find right off the bat too is that when you're moving a building, you have to put it somewhere else first before you can put it back over its original spot again. So you just have to find a spot to drop this thing. Sorry, I'm trying to drop it at a spot that won't eat up our entire environment. There we go. It's going to look real silly for a little bit, right? And then we're going to move over here. And I want to set it back a little bit. I want to set it back behind this building and a little into the woods like that. That's better. What's the other building we could be working on? We'll right click, we'll go down to buildings, production. Fisherman's hut not happening yet. Mining post, no. Tailory, we can't do it yet. We haven't unlocked it yet. Okay, so then the forager's hut is really the only thing left to make, or a fisher's hut. Fisher's hut is actually worthwhile. I don't mind having this one started right off the bat just because it will produce things that are useful to us, and it makes sense with what we're doing in Sosogi. But our fisher hut will end up being down by this part of the area. I figure we can have it down just right here, perhaps. Oops, warping back and forth. The contours of the terrain are making things difficult to set this. Let's go with that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not going to be able to finish it. We could actually take this tree here to finish that out. I was in the middle of making a bow, wasn't I? I better get back on that. Get distracted by building too many buildings. Let's see here. Let's get this going. We're going to need a lot of straw. What you'll find early on is that you'll make vast use of straw early on. So that's a thing that's going to happen. Not enough logs. That makes sense. We'll go back into here. At some point we'll have a path that leads into here. I think getting rid of this tree is fine. We'll try to get that little hut done. I do think it'd be good for me to do some quick hunting though, since we are low on food. And I want to show you how to solve that problem quick. Alright, let's go. New Way of the Warrior. Let's show you what that's about. For Legend, Way of the Warrior. Alright, let's unlock... Oh, this will be good. Having the prices up a little better is fine. Vendor, all price... Oh, wait, I'm Way of the Leader right now. Oh, that's worth it. I wanted to unlock that anyway. And let's see here. Your initial relationship is neutral instead of suspicious. I like that for our character's background, so let's go for that. Way of the Warrior. Now we can skin animals and get fur. Yes, let's do that. And then we have a lot of Way of the Craftsman perks, but honestly, we don't need them. Crafting time's better. Tool use should stamina down. Great, let's go for it. We spent all of our perks. There are more perks to go here, but they haven't fleshed out that tree of perks just yet, so that they'll be in the future. Another Way of the Craftsman point. That's kind of funny. We needed the bamboo to make the bow. Let us make the bow and let us use those arrows and let us go hunting. We'll also need to think about whether we want to assign a person to... Oh, and I don't even have my planks on me. Sorry about that. I should have remembered to carry them with me the whole time. Take out the axe so it doesn't get in the way as we're walking in here. We'll bring in the planks. We'll bring in the straw. We have some logs. That's fine. I am making that wood cut there, that fisherman's hut, so let's just do that real quick and have that available. There we go. Now we're getting closer. With the planks and with the grasses, we can make the bow. I'm going to make 2 of them just in case I can assign one to a person. We only can make 1 more because of our limit on feathers. And now it's time for us to put a bow into a quick slot. I'd prefer it in having it slot 4. Let's go hunting for some deer before we finish out this day. And at the end of this day, we're going to do a seasonal change. Since I don't really want to stay into the season any longer. I don't have anything I can gain from sticking around in the season. I don't have anything I need to do since we're transitioning into the next season, and the bridge project is going to be the key to doing the next part of the storyline. So what we're really hoping to do right now is just advance the storyline. So there's really no reason not to skip at this point. In the future, okay, I did hear that we have a deer nearby, so let's find out where that deer went. Oh, I do see that we have some more feathers to get. There's the deer. Okay, so we'll right-click to draw the bow. And they do give us an indication of where we're firing. There we go. 1 hit. 2 hits. Perhaps. And with the deer injured, it's not hard to track it down. They move a lot slower if you actually get a hit. If you don't get a hit, which I've done before, then you're stuck. They travel pretty fast. Oops, the arrows take a little more time to get there than I think I'm anticipating. Oh, there's no inspect mode. I keep wanting to do that. Oh, bamboo. Perfect. We're going to take some more of that before we leave. Oh. Where did the deer go? Where? Oh, you're kidding me. How did you get up there? Huh, interesting. That deer's got some serious hooves on it. Jumped way up here. That's going to make it hard to track it down. This deer is challenging me. Wow, look at you go, deer. Holy cow. You gotta be kidding me. My goodness, that was wild. That deer has definitely got some talent. Alright, let's get to 8. We need our knife out to skin the deer. And we collected fur and meat. Eggs. Huh. I heard another deer somewhere around here. God, my goodness, that's hilarious. I can't believe that thing actually jumped right up there. That's a hoot. I wonder if it's still down there, though. In all honesty, I wonder if it's actually down here and I just didn't see it. Well, we did get some meat. That's a start. I do want to get some more bamboo for projects in the future, and since I found it here, we can get it while we're here and go on to the next. I wonder if that deer is just wandering around somewhere. I mean, that one seemed to be hobbling, so I believe that that's the one. I do get a kick out of its jump, almost like it's teleporting away from us. That was a hoot. Alright, we'll finish this one up and I'll call it quits. I thought I saw something. Interesting. So much environment in the way. The bushes don't help with seeing things. Oh, interesting. How many arrows do I have? I have 4 arrows left. Probably shouldn't be wildly shooting my arrows out there since I can't guarantee I'm going to get them back. And I don't have a lot of them right now. Uh-oh, gotta climb these rocks, guy. Let's jump and run. Now, to figure out where our deer went. Might not have been a great idea to take those shots at it since I wasn't going to be able to see where it went. Do you hear it? And if the audio is accurate, it's up here to the right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we've done a good job of getting food for our people. Alright, with that, let's go finish out this season. We'll go back to the main village. We'll do some assigning of work. We're also going to need to make sure we have food cooked up. This is a very successful part of the day. It looks like we've done a good job of getting everything ready. And let's get in there, complete the tasks for the day. Now before I did say you need to have a stick for every meat you cook if you're using a campfire, right? In a cooking hearth in a house. And this is your home. Can we borrow your cooking hearth, please? Let's hang out together. Now it doesn't cost me anything, right? You see how it doesn't, the gobo doesn't require anything. Oh no, gobo never required anything. Let me take that back. We have to check the meat and the egg. If the meat and the egg require a resource, the egg will require a stone, the meat will require a stick. We'll see if that's the case. We'll see if we have to do anything with those. Pretty sure you don't. Egg, it does require a stone still. And meat, it does require a stick. Okay. Then we need the cooking pot, which is not going to happen until we have iron working, and is not going to happen until we have a smithy. That's going to be a little while. And with the amount of sticks we're carrying, this is fine. I think we will also cook the eggs while we're at it, since we have the ability to do so. And I believe what I'd really love to do, if I had the choice, and I had all the time in the world, what I would do is I would most assuredly want to, I'd want to make sure we had the fishing hut done. Because I think that's probably the most valuable next step in our village, is that fishing hut. With this, let's go to here. I have enough sticks. I have plenty of sticks. I don't have enough planks. Let's see what we can do to get that done. And then we're going to finish out the season. We're getting into the night though, so it is worth noting that this is the end of the day, and I should be committing myself to the end of our season as well. And we'll go to the bell tower and we'll finish it out. I'm going to need straw. Did I take straw within my inventory? 15 is not going to do it. I remember the straw requirements for the fishing hut being quite high. So let's see what we got from this. And let's see what we get from here. None here. So then we'll have to go to our grasses and we'll have to do something about making more straw there. Pardon my repeating myself there. Just a little distracted. Onward we go. Let's get over to here and finish this hut. If I can have somebody using the fishing village over the seasonal change, that would be awesome. We will have to craft nets in order to do so, which is a thing. Let's see here, we did have bamboo. Oh, interesting. I keep thinking that whenever I see bamboo on the base here, I always picture that I need bamboo, but it's actually planks for a lot of these things, which always throws me off. Let's see here, we've got plenty of sticks. I believe when we get through this, we'll be good to go. It looks like planks are, again, going to be the limiting factor. Let's do this. Only 2 planks, that's good. Open area, nice. Finishable planks, we need 1. We need 7 planks plus... It's 7 planks, but we also have to consider the fact that there's a roof to finish. I like the tree that's right there. This tree will allow this tree to be taken. And then we'll just call it even with that. Oh, and I'm out of stones. No stones in the immediate area. We'll come back and we'll finish that one out. And we'll finish out what we're working on here. We are going to need more logs, that's for sure. There we go. That's plenty of planks. That's plenty of grass. And I don't see any rocks immediately near me. That's a problem. So let's do that. Rocks and rocks and rocks. Rocks and rocks and rocks. Rocks and rocks and rocks. Rocks. And we'll get this. Let's get more rocks. More rocks. More rocks. There we go. There we are. Now we've got our axe back. We will need rocks for the roof as well. I believe we were chopping down this tree over here. Maybe we weren't. There's the one. We need logs. We'll put those in. Alrighty. This is definitely into the night. We'll finish this building and we'll call it done. Since we're clearly into the evening now. Well, look at all the rocks over there. If we need more rocks, we'll go for it right there. Do enjoy the music. I think they've done a good job with the environmental sounds, and the music is quite enjoyable. Alrighty, let's see here. Do we have enough things? We'll need another rock. That's fine. We're great on... Oh, the things that are the concerning ones we're good on. That's good. Not having enough logs is a problem. Not having enough planks is a problem. Not having enough hammers is a problem. But that's okay. We have a lot of extra, and that makes it okay here. So we get 1 more stone. Oh, I can't reach it. So let's get up there. There we go. And then for this, there's why we needed bamboo. I know there's always a reason why we need bamboo. Is that it? We are done. Now from here, we need to craft nets. I can only make 3 nets, so we'll just make the 3 nets and we'll put them in the general storage. This is it. We're going to finish our transition into the next season. We've done everything we can. We'll make a decision as to whether we're going to have her, Akko that is, whether she's going to be a fisher person or a hunter. I think probably makes more sense to have her be a fisher, since at the start of the game she has us fish right away, right? So it just kind of makes sense. My bad. I meant to go to the general storage. I'm going to toss some straw into here for now, since we have it on us. And I don't want to lose a lot of this stuff across the seasonal change. And I did mention before that if I have a person harvesting resources over the season change, that it will, if they make too many resources, if they gather too many things, it just deletes other parts that were in the storage. There we go. The nets are in there. These are in there. We'll put the stones in there. We have so many feathers. I will definitely be making more arrows in due time. That being the case, we go to management for our dynasty. I pressed N to get here. We have plenty of food, so our happiness is going to go up. Now we need to go to our population, and Akko is going to need a job. Let's do some things here. Small build project is handled. If I assign her as a hunter, let's see what we can do. We can get meat, which with a knife, we have an iron knife, which is great. 10 meat. I just got 12 meat from getting 2 deer, so that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's go to change job. Oh, yeah, change job. And let's see here. Can we... Hunter at the fisherman's hut. Here we are. Raw fish with a net. Let's do that. How many do we get? 12 fish. Done. 12 fish is going to be better than the 10 meat we're talking about. We'll click on that. We'll do fish again. Since we have 3 nets, let's max that out. And lastly, sure, pearls. She can get 2 pearls. They can be used in making things and can be sold. I'm going for that. Seashells, same story. That's awesome. So now we have her set as a fisher, as the hunter. The fishing hut, I'm finishing the wood project. We have Sayuri is, let's see here, we'll say manage job, let's see what it's up to. That's going to be 16, 24 logs. Oh, that's going to be 30 logs. So here's what I want to show you. Going back into here, 30 logs. This is 6 per slot, so that's going to be 30 logs, that's 5 slots. Okay, that's good. We won't overfill it. But when you get later in the game and you have many, many, many workers doing woodwork and gathering resources, this will get overfilled, especially when they have better tools as well. It's time to transition to seasons. We have all that we need. We have a beverages storage. I'm going to put the sake in there. Actually, no, I'm not, because I don't want the sake to be consumed. If I go to my bed, I can sleep for 8 hours. But what I'm going to do is we're going to proceed to the next season. And in doing so, I'll keep the recording going so we can see what's going on. It brings us to here so we can look at what's going on. We can change this by clicking on here to give them the happiness bonus. We look at our village. We have 3 people. Everybody has a job. All the jobs are being done. And you can highlight and see where things are at. Great. Let's change season. And in this, we'll get a transition cutscene. Whenever you see this cutscene, it means that you finished a special project of some kind. So as long as you finished one special project across season change, this shows up. Again, the art style is fun. The only problem with it is that when you start doing this every season, I mean, I guess it does get repetitive, but it makes sense. It's just showing you, hey, you finished a project. It makes the most sense right now with Sosogi because this looks like the area where Sosogi's bridge is. I'm wondering if in time they'll change that and add things to it. And that brings us to the end of the day, we'll say officially, and with the next day, I'll continue the next recording. Thanks for joining me again. I'm grateful to have you here in our Sengoku Dynasty playthrough. Take care until I see you again.